Track changes is a really useful feature in Microsoft Word, and today I'm going to discuss some of the things that you can do with it. Let's pretend that this is some text that I've been sent from a client and I need to proofread it. I've noticed that tent needs to become text, so I've changed that, but they can't see what I've done. So let's revert to how it was. If I come across to the Review tab, then I can turn track changes on in this little menu here. There's actually an easier way to turn it on as well, or a quicker way certainly, which is to press Control, Shift and E. And now it's been turned on as well. So if I come to make the amendments, it now shows my client what I've done. If we go back to review, then they can accept or reject my changes. There's also drop-down menus here. You can accept all changes if you really trust the proofreader, or reject them as well. You can also do accept and move to next. Looking at it in this way, it's really clear for a small amount of text like this, but it can get pretty cluttered when we come across to this one, which I've made for this exercise, which is why I've got all sorts of wrong words that need deleting just here. It's pretty difficult to see what I've done at a glance, and that's where this little menu comes into its own, because it's set to all markup, but I've also got simple markup, which this line stays here to show that changes have been made, and you also get the comments, but it's much closer to how it'll actually look once it's had all the changes accepted. You can even get rid of those as well if you just want to see what the end product's going to look like. And I've gone to no markup, so this is exactly what you'll get if you were to click accept all. If you're wanting to see how it looked originally, we have got the original as well. So this is how this document appeared before I made any of my amendments. If I go back to all markup again, this can be something that can actually hide a couple of new issues as well. When I was proofreading this, I've actually made an error and introduced a new problem, and I can see this with simple markup. We've got a lot easier all of a sudden, and that obviously should be 2 words. If we look really closely, there's a little line through that space and a little line through that space. That's pretty difficult for me to see at the moment, but with simple markup, I can now see I've deleted one of the spaces. Can add an extra one, and that's all fine. There's also different things you can do with show markup, because you can view these in various ways. If I come down to the balloons option, and I'm now going to go to show revisions in balloons. I don't recommend using this one because it's now nigh on impossible for me to see anything. It just shows everything I've done down here, but it technically exists, so I thought I'd show you. If I go back, I can also do show all revisions in line. And again, that shows all the amendments I've made, but it also shows where the comments exist. It doesn't actually show you there. You can add in the comments as well. Personally, I think that's a more difficult way to look at it. And my favorite way is the one that I think is the default, which is only comments and formatting in balloons. It might be that you want to see a lot of this, but you feel that it's too cluttered, but for some reason you're not in a position where you want to use simple markup. So what you can do here is you can turn off some of the things. So if I don't want to see the formatting changes, I click that, and all of the things where I've changed bold to italic here, for instance, that's not being shown. And yeah, you can do that with pretty much all of them. If I just want to see the formatting, let's turn off the comments and the insertions and deletions. Now I've just got the formatting there, all fairly self-explanatory. So hopefully that's giving you an idea of what you can do with track changes. As always, thanks very much for watching.